This is Meet the Candidate. Today we're talking with Missy Christopherson, who is running for District 29 seat.
Yes.
Welcome and thank you for coming.
Yes, Jerry, thank you for having me. I really appreciate all the work that Valley Works is doing to educate people about what's happening in Eau Claire County.
Thank you for that. What I'd really like to have you tell us is give us a little bit of background on yourself.
Yes. Well, I was born and raised in Eau Claire here. Went through the whole public school program. Graduated from Memorial High School in '94. After a couple years at UW Stout, I went on to Madison Area Technical College, where I got my associate degree in veterinary technology.
Oh.
And then I practiced as a veterinary technician for the last 22 years. Most recently working as an operations manager for 2 clinics in our area.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So what got you interested in running for the county board?
Yeah. Well, I was kind of recruited actually by the community, some community members that are involved in local politics or local action. Saw an opportunity to get somebody new in a seat, somebody with a new voice.
Okay.
So I entered, kind of not knowing what I was getting myself into, but I've been very active since deciding to run for a couple months ago now. Doing a lot of reading, a lot of research, attending a lot of meetings, trying to really educate myself as to what my role could be if I was elected.
That's something that people forget about, is exactly how complicated even our local governments can be.
Yes.
Well, being that you are wanting to enter the public service sector, tell me if there's, looking at the current way the county's going, 3 things that you feel that you can really help put an emphasis on to make some changes.
Yes. I am worried about climate change, and Eau Claire County has passed a resolution to be carbon neutral by 2050.
Okay.
And I'm very interested in that. I'd like to be a part of a committee that needs to be formed to start taking some action steps towards that goal.
Okay.
I also believe in clean water and clean water resources, so making sure that our rivers and lakes stay healthy and accessible to all people of our county, and making sure that our drinking water stays safe. Working with farmers and making sure that we're working together towards those goals.
Okay.
And I guess the third thing is I'm passionate about mental health issues as well.
Okay.
Being a part of the community, I see that there is really a growing need for mental health services. And I know we need to be fiscally responsible. Our budget at Eau Claire County is very tight. So there's going to be some tough decisions to be made there. But it's still a matter of fact that we have a growing need for mental health services.
So when you look at the things that you'd like to bring back to your constituents, what kinds of things could you see yourself doing in order to help educate them more on, number one, just the passions that you have, but at the same time kind of those things that are going to be hard decisions to make? How would you find yourself going about that?
Well, I think that the community would be best served by an individual that is involved in the community. So getting out there, talking to people. I've learned over the last couple of months how active our community is and how many organizations are out there trying to push needs forward and use their voice. So I'd like to be a part of that active community.
Okay.
I've been a leader in my industry for over 12 years. And I think I bring forth those leadership values and being able to talk with people and try to come to an agreement even if you don't always agree on all the points. Okay.
So any other positive attributes that you bring? I mean, number one thing is great collaboration and compromise, and for the most part just educating everybody that, you know, you're an extension of the state. You're not like an independent body.
No.
So any other ways that you'd like to see us be able to help you?
Well, I'm a mother of two, so I think that I represent young families as
Okay.
well. But I know that we have a growing elderly population too, so I think it's important to get all those voices out. I don't know if that really answered your
Yes,
question.
it
I
did.
guess.
Yeah, because at the same time, I think that what I've been finding out doing these
Yeah.
things as well is the fact that it's the passion a person has for this. They also find out that the complexity of trying to establish the things that you would like to do to what you actually can do
Yes.
is very difficult. But it's for me, it's always been. And then how do we explain that to the people that didn't get what they wanted?
Yes.
You know, and to me, that's so important
Yeah.
because I guess sometimes you can say in public service, you're always going to have people that are not going to be happy with your decision.
Right.
But it's being able to help them to understand where it all came from. So
Yes. Yeah, and I think the county is really affected by how much money they're getting from the state. And I think sometimes that's hard for people to understand. They see that their money, they're paying taxes and they're doing all
Yeah.
those things. And why is it that we're struggling with our finances in the county? And it's because some of the things haven't been moved forward and we're not getting enough money from the state government.
Okay.
So knowing what's happening on the state level, I think, is also important to understand how the county is able to serve the constituents as well.
yeah, I think and what I'm finding out is that you're exactly right. It's kind of how do you get and what they actually are mandates
Yes.
by the state that, okay, love to do this, and to just tell us, just make it work, kind of doesn't happen when you gotta have money.
Yeah.
So do you have any ideas on how to convince the people that are representing us at the state level to know how important this is?
Yes.
And especially when you're talking about human beings.
Yep. Well, I think Eau Claire County has a voice. We're the third largest county in the state. So we can pass resolutions that we can send to the state saying what we think needs to be improved or why we need a certain resolution to move forward, why we need more funds in certain areas. So we have a voice.
Okay.
And I think it's important that the county continues to follow up on those resolutions that they're sending to the state government as well. We can't just send them on and expect them to be heard. We need to make sure that we're revisiting them and making sure that we're making our voice loud enough so that we can be heard.
And how do one of the other questions that I really haven't had a chance to ask a lot of people, but being that you kind of collaborate in the city of Eau Claire, how do you feel the collaboration is going, working with the county and the city, and how can you even get the school board in there? I mean,
Right.
there are so many things
Yes.
that you do. How do you feel about the things that you might be able to do to help, push that forward?
Yeah. So far in my experience, I feel like the city and the county have a good relationship. And there's a lot of collaboration that's already happening. Going back to the carbon neutral by 2050, the city has already done a great job creating a very detailed plan. And I think the county can use that as a model. And I've already been able to work with some of the city people and hear their voice some.
Okay.
So I think I have some resources that I can utilize to help use the experience that they've already created to move forward.
So the district that you are encompassed of responsibility
Yes.
you would be for, what boundaries does that kind of take in?
Yeah, so
I don't know.
my District 29
Yeah.
is an interesting district because it kind of wanders on about.
Okay.
But I have part of the East Hill. I
Okay.
have the Memorial High School neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
And then I also have the neighborhood kind of off of London Road. There's a little community of Town of Washington over there.
Okay.
And then I also have a community over behind Robbins Elementary School as well.
Oh, wow.
So it does kind of go on and on. And I've already been out talking to people in all of those neighborhoods. So trying to get a voice from all of the different neighborhoods,
Yeah.
because they're all different.
Oh, they are.
So-
I mean, you have quite a contingency of income levels there as well.
Yes. Yep.
So, have you given any thought to? I know that there's this big push about, affordable housing and those kinds of things
Yes.
that are happening citywide,
Mhm.
and I'm sure that this will spill over into countywide as well.
Yes.
And have you got any thoughts on how? I mean, this is. I don't mean to put you on the spot,
That's okay.
but I think it's something that's coming up that I'm seeing as it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
how do you think that you in your district and even on the county supervisory board, how do you think you guys can help establish doing some of those things?
Yeah, and I don't have a lot of experience in that
Yeah.
area, but I do understand the need,
Mhm.
and I do see that it is a
Okay.
need. So I am very interested in working with some of the community organizations that are working hard to address those issues.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because you're right. It is definitely a growing need,
Mhm.
and our homelessness is increasing, and I see that as a concern,
Okay.
and would like to work for that.
That's great. I just I don't mean to bounce something off of you
That's okay.
but I'm really trying to find out from everybody what their thoughts are on some of the things that are coming up that I think are going to impact us a lot more than we think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's your opportunity to tell the people exactly why they should vote for you
Yeah.
and the things that you're looking to make a difference in.
Yeah.
On if should you be elected for it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that I represent a generation, a younger generation, even though I'm 43 years old. But I want to represent young families. I want to represent older generation and everybody in between. And I think that our values need to be targeted towards nature and making sure that we are keeping our community healthy and our environment healthy. And I just really want to do the best for my community and be very active in making sure that I show people how they can get involved with their community and how they can make a difference. And I think a lot of people are kind of frustrated as to what's going on now, and I've been really inspired working with the community that I've been working with and seeing that there is a chance for me to make a difference.
Well, and I think one of the big things is that making sure that everybody gets out and votes.
Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
really-
April 7th
Yeah.
is the vote, and there's a lot of things on your ballot, so I encourage you to look at what's on your ballot. And if you don't vote for me, if you just get out and vote, it is your voice. So I appreciate it.
And I think that you want to say thank you to you, but I also wanted to compliment you on making sure that people, it's not just about taking care of ourselves, it's about taking care of the nature around us.
Yes, absolutely.
If we don't take care of it, it can't help take care of
Right.
us.
Yes, yes.
Missy, thank you so much for coming here. It was really good to get to know you.
Yes, thank you.
And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
Thank you. Okay.